Attention homeowners, do you know what your current equity position is in your property? If not, now is a great time to get started to find out where you currently stand with the equity in your home. Hi, Steve Jamrock, Realty Executives Premier. And if you're like most people, your house is your largest financial investment. And just like with any financial investment, it's always a great idea to check in from time to time to see how that asset is performing. And in real estate, a good way to do that is to perform an equity position check. This is where you find out what the current value of your house is and subtract it from what you owe on that property, and what's left over is your equity position. This is, again, the cash in hands that you would have if you sold your house at today's market value and you paid off all the debts and mortgages that you owe on that property. Now, if you've lived in Northwest Indiana for 4 or more years, you're probably going to be pleasantly surprised at what your current equity position is. A lot of people don't remember or don't realize that in the years prior to the pandemic, we were seeing a very active market here in Northwest Indiana. We had already seen a migration from other states coming in search of lower taxes and our desirable school systems. So our home values were already rising in Northwest Indiana. We're seeing appreciation rates of 3 to 5% in most markets year over year. And then the pandemic came and we saw the historic market that we saw over the last couple of years where home prices just skyrocketed, for lack of a better word, and we're seeing 10 to 15% appreciation, and even 20% in some markets year over year. So that was just, again, a historic market. Now, while we have leveled off a little bit here in 2023, we are still seeing a very active real estate market. We still have a very strong pool of buyers and a very low amount of inventory of available homes for sale. So simple supply and demand, a lot of buyers out there are just waiting to buy when they find the right property, and a lack of available homes to sell. That means home prices are still elevated throughout all of our communities here in Northwest Indiana. So if you did an equity position check and you find out you have a good amount of equity in your home, what should you do? Well, that's the great thing about being a homeowner is you have options. So if you're currently in your house and you absolutely love it and you find out, man, I'm sitting on this great chunk of equity in the property, but I love my house, I really don't want to move, fine. Stay where you're at, continue to let the house appreciate, and continue living your life as is. It's great to be a homeowner. Again, like I said, you have options. You could just stay in the house that you like and go on with your life. That's great. But if you're thinking of downsizing, or maybe you're not in your dream home, it's always good to know that you have this equity on hand and you could go ahead and use that towards the purchase of your new property. So if you were looking to possibly buy your dream home, for example, you could sell your current home, use that money for a down payment, or if you have enough, use that to pay cash outright for your new home. If you're looking to downsize, go ahead again, sell the property, buy your smaller house. If you have cash left over, pocket that cash. Or if you're looking for more investments, again, real estate's a great investment. So maybe you downsize, take that equity, purchase 2 smaller houses, and now you live in your new home that you downsize, don't need all the room in the house that you used to live in, and then you go ahead and buy another property and use that as a rental. Rentals right now are a great investment. Rental rates have skyrocketed over the last couple of years, so they are bringing great returns. You could also look into short-term rentals as well. The Airbnb market is on fire throughout the country, and it's actually on fire here in Northwest Indiana, believe it or not. It's no longer just for those resort communities. People are buying homes and putting Airbnbs in town, and people are renting them out. Maybe they're doing work on their current property and they want to stay somewhere for a couple weeks, don't want to live in a hotel, or maybe they're in town to see family and want to stay for a longer stay, and again want to have a little bit more room and a little bit more options than they would have at a hotel. So the Airbnb is not just for resort communities anymore. There's a lot of in-town Airbnbs that are doing quite well. So again, you have options when it comes to that equity in your home. So again, you can stay and put, you can use that equity to buy your dream home or downsize or look into investing into more real estate. It's totally up to you, but you should at least find out where you stand with the current equity in your home and find out what that equity position is. It's always a good idea to stay on top of that. If you need help, I'm here for you. You can reach me at 219-306-0333. And you can always leave a comment below. I check those always, and I will get back to you and contact you and set up a time to discuss how the market has currently affected your home's value. So again, any questions, reach out anytime. Steve Shamrock, Realty Executives, 219-306-0333. Thanks again for watching. Have a great day.